Hello and welcome back to the Zinc Only Sunscreen versus the series, which might never end. But anyway, so today I've got the Mad Hippie Facial SPF 30 Sunscreen, and they're going against the Coola Sun Silk Mineral Cream. And I want to let Jennifer know that this is her beanie baby. It's an alligator, and I think she'll know why that made me think of her. So, okay. So, also really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. I'll never waste your time with sponsored ads or videos. So if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com. Check out my Patreon community and get your beanie baby up here. Or click on the Amazon link below. Okay, so getting right down to these two. We've got one more in the first round, and then we'll get going on the higher competition, which is going to be very difficult because there's so many ones I really like. Okay, so first criteria is denatured drying types of alcohol. The Mad Hippie does contain phenethyl alcohol, which gives products a slight fragrance, can be sensitizing to skin in large amounts. However, with this one, we have no idea what amount of phenethyl alcohol in here because they decided, as they have the right to list the ingredients in alphabetical order instead of by quantity or how much of each ingredient is in the product. Coola did the same thing as well. But Coola does not have any denatured types of alcohol, so Coola on that point. In terms of fragrance, Mad Hippie has jasmine oil, the phenethyl alcohol we talked about, and then sweet orange oil, which gives it a slight fruity scent, which does dissipate slowly, but it does dissipate. And Coola contains jasmine extract. However, jasmine oil can be fragrant. The extract typically doesn't have any noticeable scent. So Coola won the fragrance as well. They're both manufactured in the U.S., so that's a tie. Then we get to texture, and let me start out with the Mad Hippie texture, which has kind of a watery lotion texture to it, which is very, very white. So it's got a watery lotion texture, which does take some effort to smooth into skin, especially if you don't want to have much of a noticeable white cast. You're going to have to do a lot of work on that one. But it does feel kind of a slight hydrating, watery lotion texture. So there we go. And if you apply foundation over it, the white cast can be fixed a little bit. The Coola has kind of a gel cream texture to it, which actually is feels kind of nice and hydrating. It doesn't require as much effort to smooth in as the Mad Hippie does, but it does take a little bit of effort. And once it sets relatively quickly. It sets to a matte, non-sticky finish, and the Mad Hippie also sets to a matte finish, which is just slightly tacky, not super sticky like others, but it is slightly tacky. So for texture, I really do like the one that Coola has. That texture is really nice. Then we get to white cast, and like I mentioned, the Mad Hippie has a mild to moderate white cast, and the Coola has a slight white cast, but isn't nearly as much of a white cast as others. So it's kind of nice. The Mad Hippie definitely has more of a white cast in my opinion. So Coola also got that point. Then we get to the filters. The Mad Hippie contains 16% zinc. It has SPF 30 with a plus after it, which means it's probably a little bit better than 30. And then it just advertised broad spectrum coverage. The Coola has close amount, 15% zinc, broad spectrum, but they do advertise that it has blue light protection, which zinc does for everything, although blue light seems to be the current hip thing to market. In my opinion, blue light can be an issue, but not nearly as much as even just going outside without sunblock for 10 minutes. You're going to do much more damage just being outside without sunblock for 10 minutes than you are spending 2 hours or 2 days in front of your computer. So that's something to keep in mind. So overall, I give it a tie because they're both pretty similar in terms of the zinc amount, the coverage it provides. So I gave that one a tie. In terms of ease of use, the Mad Hippie takes some effort to apply and smooth into skin, and it can also be a little bit patchy. And it's difficult to apply to skin that's dry. It really works better if you apply it over a moisturizer or a serum to give it a more slip, just so you can apply it easier without it setting super fast. So you certainly have to work fast applying it, otherwise you will end up very patchy, which isn't a good look. It's kind of a zebra look. The Coola has a bit thicker texture, but it smooths over skin a bit easier. It can pill when you apply it over a lot of other layers of products. And this one also works a little bit better if you apply it over a serum, but not multiple layers of products, because then pilling can be an issue. So overall, for ease of use, I gave these a tie because, to be honest, neither of them are very enjoyable to apply. There's certainly a lot of other ones in this series that I've applied that are a lot more fun to apply than these two. Although I hate doing ties, I just thought they're both equally not the funnest to work with. Okay, beneficial ingredients. So the Mad Hippie has a nice list. We've got aloe, shea butter, carrot seed oil, avocado oil, jojoba seed oil, vitamin C, sodium hyaluronate, and vitamin E. So 8. Well, the Coola has a much shorter list. Aloe, niacinamide, molasses. I haven't seen that in anything, but apparently it can be a slight hydrating ingredient. And then cocoa. So 4. So Mad Hippie for beneficial ingredients has much double the ingredients that Coola has. Which, you know what, when Coola is like, their thing is sunscreen, shouldn't they be really good at knowing what great ingredients to include when that's their main focus? Mad Hippie's main focus certainly isn't sunscreen. So, anyway, just my little rant, I had to include that. In terms of cruelty-free status, these are both cruelty-free, so no issues with that. The Coola is vegan, the Mad Hippie is not vegan, but close to being vegan, because I think it contains beeswax. Maybe not. Let's see. It's got the little Mad Hippie picture on it, but I don't know. Anyway. Well, it's cruelty-free, so whatever. Leave a comment. I don't know. Okay, protection and performance. So the Mad Hippie lasts all day without looking or feeling greasy or oily. Reapplication of it is a bit of a chore, and throughout the day, if you have any dry patches, it can tend to slightly accentuate some of them. So smooth skin. In my opinion, the Mad Hippie is really geared towards those with very normal skin. The Coola, it also lasts all day without feeling greasy or oily. Also can accentuate dry patches. Reapplication of it's not fun. And if you use it multiple days in a row, I just notice my skin get drier and drier and drier each day I use it. So if I use it and skip a day, it's okay. But if I use it multiple days in a row, it just seems to zap out any moisture left in my skin. So, okay, then we get to acneogenic ingredients, and the Mad Hippie has a list. Let's see, shea butter, cetyl alcohol, isostearic acid, avocado oil, and vitamin E. And then Coola has butylene glycol, ceteryl alcohol, dimethicone, and glyceryl stearate citrate. But overall, the Coola just has one less acneogenic ingredient, so I barely won that point. Okay, then we get to price. And the Mad Hippie, 2 ounces or 59 milliliters, and it retails for about $25, which makes it 43 cents a milliliter. So it's rather affordable. The Coola is 1.5 ounces, 44 milliliters, and it retails for $42, making it, I think, the most expensive in this entire series. And it costs 96 cents a milliliter, so that's certainly pricey. I think it is the most expensive. It's almost $1 a milliliter, which for a product you're supposed to apply liberally, I think unless you really love it, you're not going to be applying it thoroughly, especially when it's so expensive. So Mad Hippie got the point there. Then in terms of the it factor, in my opinion, the Mad Hippie is a decent option for non-sensitive, fair-toned skin, which has normal moisture levels, that isn't acne prone. Does have some fragrance in it, which is a potential issue. The Coola is a decent option for sensitive skin or skin that tends to be a bit on the oily side. No fragrance or alcohol. So for the it factor, I gave Coola the point barely. So this actually, I think, is the closest between the final score. The Mad Hippie ended up with 7, including the ties. and the Coola ended up with 10. So that was a close one, but anyway, Coola will go on to compete against either the May Love SPF or the Apu Cicative Zinc Screen, which will be in the tomorrow's video, so be sure to check that out. And I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you have a chance to try either of these out and what your thoughts are. So definitely leave a comment. I love hearing from you. And stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Thank you guys so much.